very appropriate that I am wearing a Goku shirt. It shows that I was wrong about everything I fucking said! Everybody, welcome. Today we're going to be watching this video called Black Women Love Black Nerds. It's by a guy named Pillboy. This video is not as relevant as it was when it came out 2 months ago when I originally watched some of it. And we were this side. God damn it. You can fucking focus this camera too. It's not fucking focused. Yeah, no, but at that time I wanted to say stuff about it, but I really wasn't making videos like that. And today I feel like I want to make a video like that. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna watch it. Well, I'm gonna watch it, and you're gonna see parts of it. If you want to see the whole thing, then please check out his video. I mean, I might not agree with it. But hey, I don't think that means that you shouldn't fucking give it your own college try. Alright. Anyways, I got 6 minutes into it, so I'm gonna start all over again. This is 56 minutes! The things I do for love. Okay, no, but seriously though, I'm gonna sit here for 56 minutes and watch this. You all at home, you're probably gonna get like a fucking 20-minute video or something like that. I think my hands, are my hands ashy? Kinda? No, they're not really that ashy. But anyways, we're gonna check this out.
That's not to say things haven't changed in recent years. Hell, in many aspects, liking nerdy content is seen as cool amongst a good majority of the public. From Star Wars, to anime, to video games, hell, to even comic books. A lot of this type of content...
I disagree. I disagree on that 100%. I don't think liking nerdy things in itself is seen as cool now. I think that it's not seen as cool. It's just something people do. It's like, it's not exactly cool to be a car guy. It's cool that you know about cars. Great. You know what I'm saying? But nobody else gives a shit about cars. You know, we drive cars. Sure, we drive them, but that doesn't mean everybody likes them as much as you do. And when you do like cars a lot and you're a car guy, well, you're different than just a person who drives a car. Just how a person who, you know, watches Marvel movies is not, you know, a Marvel fan. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same thing. So I don't think that they're it's cool. It's definitely a lot bigger than it was though. I will say that. So anyways, let's continue.
It presents your average black nerd with two choices. There is choice number one, the path of light. When a blerd takes the path of light, they decide to rally against anti-blackness. They recognize that the way the world treated them as a child...
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
Like
where the fuck? Where'd it go?
And instead of perpetuating it, they recognize...
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Light, they decide to rally against
No. Who is that? Who is she? Who is that? Hey, Pillboy, why don't you put in the girl's at, bro? You should have been putting ats on this shit, man. Give credit. Fuck.
Some ground so that everyone is on the same page. This video is not going to be me.
Why is this nigga wearing shoes? What's up with that? They put the fucking character on some shoes, man. I want to see the nasty ass feet.
Nor is it gonna be me shamelessly shifting blame on black women. If you came here for the...
Whoa, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Nor is it gonna be...
This nigga just so... This nigga just showed Kevin Samuels when he said unnecessarily shoving the blame on black women. You showed Kevin Samuels for that? You serious? I don't think this nigga actually watched Kevin Samuels content. That's an insult. What the fuck, man? Come on, man. Now, you didn't really say it. You showed him as you said it. It was not really you saying he did it. But come on, man. Come on. That's not really cool. That's not cool. But whatever. I'll let you continue. Continue talking.
With navigating the world today, we can see interconnected issues that both nerdy black men and nerdy black...
Get to the fucking point! My god!
Women face, as well as perspectives that greatly go against the narrative of nerdy black men.
This video don't need to be fucking 56 minutes long.
Don't worry, for those of you that were expecting a long trauma dump, you will be getting a little bit of
nigga,
in this next section.
This is like fucking 5 minutes of you just talking about some shit that just get me ready to talk about the rest of the video. What the fuck?
Was it cool? I used to code alien, non-human, anthropomorphic ass characters as black. And I know for a fact that many of y'all did the exact same thing.
I hate when people do that shit. Man, I hate when niggas do that. I fucking hate when niggas do that shit so fucking much. Piccolo ain't black. Knuckles ain't black. The voice actor for Knuckles is black now. Alright, but back in the day, nigga, none of those motherfuckers was black. And I always hate that shit. I hate that shit right now, nigga. I guess people did that because they look at skin color and say, oh, well, they're the only people that are a different skin color in this show or a different race. I kind of get it, but it's like, for me, I didn't have to do shit like that. Like for Goku, for example, I always seen Goku and Vegeta as black. Always. It's always been for me. I've always seen him as black. And even though their skin looks like it's lighter, I've always seen him as black. Now maybe that's because I got many different shades of black in my family. I got a shade of black in my family that's like fucking super high yellow. You know what I'm saying? Like to the point you would think they white. To I got like the darkest of dark that you would think that these motherfuckers is a part of the nice guy. You know what I'm saying? But that's really the real. I mean, so you know, I mean, but that's why I never really had to fucking in my mind associate an alien with me or some shit. That's me personally though, but I always hated that personally. Oh, I just, I'm eating ice, motherfucker. I love ice.
Thing. We all know about Piccolo already being claimed by us, but I was quoting Arthur.
Claimed by you, nigga, not me. Us. Claimed by some motherfuckers, not me. Don't put me in that group.
Character.
Oh
and
God.
Devin as a
Oh
baby.
man.
I love that series as well. It's very. It speaks to the.
Okay.
I kind of look for my.
All right.
I want to start by saying that I'm not just like a black nerd, but I'm a black nerd with autism. Like my interests.
I can tell.
Like, ran out
Oh God.
even crazier for some people. It was that I wasn't. There was just a nerd telling you those experiences. I could see how.
Oh my God.
And I would go from like dinosaurs, anime, and stuff like that until middle school, where I kind of where I had enough. I had enough of being bullied and being teased and roasted every single day. So
Oh God.
I decided that was the only way.
A lot of brothers have.
Pause. Now I'm gonna say something about his point. It sucks you got bullied. Don't get me wrong. It really sucks you got bullied. And you know, I mean, it's not. It's never really something people want to hear about or really want to experience. But I'm gonna say this. In my opinion, I think that bullying is a necessity in life. You need to have a bully. You know what I'm saying? And you need to be bullied. So that way you can really truly find out who you are. Now I'm not saying it should be a severe amount of bullying to where you're getting fucking just shitted on every single day to the point you want to just jump off a building. But a moderate amount, a normal amount, a okay amount of bullying, at least once in your life, somebody just come up to you and say, what you're doing is shit. You know, your ass. You're a fucking idiot. You need that. Because that builds character, right? Because I think there's only so many things a person can do in that scenario, right? Let's say if you like X, right? I'm not gonna say that guy in particular. Let's say you like X, and then a kid comes up to you, and you're a kid too, and the kid comes up to you and says, "Hey, fuck X. X is stupid, and you should fucking jump off a building for liking X." Now, the kid can either do a few things. They can either say, "Yeah, X is dumb. I never liked it." Number two, they could say, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like X. I'm sorry." You know, try to apologize for it. Number three, they could be like, "Hey, fuck you. I like X. You got a problem with X. You got a problem with me." Number four, you know what I'm saying? Number four, they could go and jump off a building because somebody told them not to like X. Now, it's not going to be in those exact words, but I'm saying those are really the four main things people can really do. For the most part, that's what somebody's going to do. And the reason why I say that builds character is because for me, I would choose option, I think that was 3, where the dude's like, fuck it, I like X. I want to continue liking X. And if you got a problem with it, you got a problem with me or whatever. That's the option I would pick. And I feel like it would build character because it helps you build towards the kind of person you're going to be. Because it shows that you're not going to be peer pressured into liking what other people like. You're not going to be told what to like. You're going to like what you want to like. What you choose and decide is what you want. That's what you want. That's why it builds characters and it builds up to that. You know what I'm saying? And if you happen to decide to pick one of the options where you was like, oh, I'm sorry for liking X, then, well, you're going to be building towards being a person who's, you know, you conform to what social norms want you to, what other people want you to do. You go along with other people's ideas. That's what you do, or you try to hide away from stuff. It builds toward that, but it shows character, and that's why I say bullying is somewhat necessary. You know, and if an adult sees that, an adult who is not a fucking jackass, they'll see that and they'll see, okay, I know that now that I see this kid, he's cowering down on this other kid because of something he likes. I can now recognize that behavior and speak to that kid about that behavior, and then talk to his parents about that, so that way the parents can decide what they want to do about that. Because there are ways of curving that if you don't want your kid to become a person that's living for other people's uh approval. You're not living for other people's approval. So now, as for his story in particular, where he said he got bullied out of liking dinosaurs, or at least stopped talking about dinosaurs. I mean, that's sad that you got bullied out of liking something you say you liked, but clearly you didn't like it enough, right? In my opinion, you didn't like it enough to, say fuck the noise. I'm gonna keep liking what I want to like, right? So clearly you didn't like dinosaurs that much, as much as you say you did. Um, Next point, you say you then wanted to go do basketball for some reasons. I can't remember, but you said you went to go do basketball. I think it was because of the bullying, but whether it was because of the bullying or not, you went to go do basketball, and great, that's good. Is it bad that you went to go play a physical sport? That's good. Get out there and play a physical sport. You don't gotta be the best at it. But I tell you what, me as a guy who went to online school all his life and didn't have to play any sports and didn't do any sports, at least not like was forced to, I will say it is very fucking good that you got out there and did some physical activity. It probably got you a little bit of muscle. It probably taught you some shit that you didn't even know it taught you. Taught you how to work in a team. Taught you some fucking hand-eye coordination that you never knew. You know what I'm saying? Where you, before you did basketball, you probably was walking and would trip over your own feet. After basketball, you walking and you can walk like a fucking man. You know what I'm saying? Just a lot of shit that basketball and other sports could show you is fucking good. There's nothing wrong with having going to a sport. And I'm not even saying it had to even be particularly basketball, but I think that it's good for kids to be out and doing physical activities like basketball. It can be basketball, it could be soccer, it could be baseball, it could be whatever the fuck, anything, but it's good that you went out and go did something like that. So it ultimately was something positive. Ultimately, that bullying that he spoke of ultimately led to something positive. Sadly, he lost his interest in dinosaurs, but he was going to lose that interest anyways, because if somebody could just tell you, hey, you're fucking dumb for liking it and you're a geek, and you stop liking what you say you like, then obviously you didn't like it enough. That's my opinion, though. You don't got to agree, but let's continue on.
Uphold racism. In order for anti-blackness to work, it requires the policing of other people's blackness. We have to abide by the script of white supremacy, otherwise it can't function. And mind you, no one is free from this. We're all trapped in this web of anti-blackness.
No.
And
I wouldn't say we're all trapped in it. I'm not saying I disagree with your entire point, but just that one part to say we're all trapped in it is not true. I'm not trapped in that shit. Other people I know of are not trapped in that shit. There is a lot of black people who are. But to say we all are is not true. And I know you're like, why are you scrutinizing one little point in the video? Well, I mean, clearly he made it so detailed with all these fucking prerequisites at the start and is fucking saying all these big words. He's obviously done research into this and he obviously cares a lot about this video. So he's not just saying things aimlessly. He's saying things because it has meaning. Everything he says has meaning behind it. So I'm going to scrutinize everything he says. Sorry, but that's just what I'm going to do because you put that much effort into it. If you're gonna fucking sit here before we even fucking 10 minutes in the video, we actually start the video. If that's how we doing this shit, then that means, you put that much, you know what I'm saying, at the start. Then hey, look, I'm about to put that much effort into scrutinizing you. You put a lot of effort into the video. I'm gonna put a lot of effort into scrutinizing it. Not because I don't like you, but because hey, shit. That's actually a good thing. I would hope people scrutinize my video too, in the same way. I would appreciate it. Hey, fucking, I see things differently, but maybe he might see things differently and might hate me for it. I hope not, but if he does, shit, that's your life, nigga. Anyways, let's go.
It sounds familiar, don't it? You'll notice throughout the video there's a lot of similarities in the experiences of nerdy black men and nerdy black women. It's almost as if both of us have experienced the same anti-blackness from our own community. The problem is we have a hard time recognizing that they suffer from the exact same problems because well, in a lot of these dudes' heads, that would be invalidating their experiences, which is just not true. That narrative being that nerdy black men were the only ones who faced anti-blackness in childhood. The sooner we recognize this is false, the sooner we can begin to remedy this. Our pain is significant, our pain is horrible, and our pain is valid. But our pain is not exclusive.
Now I'm gonna say this. I don't know if he gets to this later in the video, but I will say this. He's right. There's a lot of people out there who consider them who fucking don't consider the fact that women, especially black women, can be nerds, right? And like anime and like games and like all that other kind of shit. They don't even think about it. And you know, I can't really blame them because if you think about it, women, black women, they know that there's black nerds out there that like all these things because they seen the shit in media. You know, they see Norbert as you're showing in the video. They see Erwin. They see Urkel. They know that black nerds exist. But how many examples of black women nerds can you think of? Maybe Myra, you know, but she was hot. And, you know, she wasn't really a nerd. She was more so kind of just crazy and weird. But she wasn't really a nerd. But I mean, there's not really any famous examples of black female nerds in the media, especially around like the 2000s or 90s or 80s. Below nothing at all. So I mean, that's why I'm saying I don't fully blame the dudes for not knowing because the dudes didn't know because they never had that kind of representation be shown to them, right? And the women only knew about the dudes being like that because TV represented that. They showed that on TV all the time. It's kind of like that episode of it's not kind of, it is like that episode of Fairly Odd Parents where Timmy fucking never knew that what's her name, Trixie, was a nerd. You never knew Trixie liked to play fucking, sorry, that Trixie liked to play games. Just because you like to play games or read comic books does not mean you're a nerd. All right, everybody, I want to just make that statement right now. This is going to be shocking to the masses, but just because you like those things does not make you a nerd. But anyways, I'm just going to just say for now, yeah, no, he didn't know she liked those things. And of course, yeah, sure, it's more stuff that goes into it because she's rich and she's popular, all this kind of shit too. But still, I mean, did anybody suspect that? Like, come on, as a kid, when you seen that episode, or as an adult, whatever the fuck you was when you seen it, did you expect Trixie to be the person that would be into comic books and shit? Especially with the way she presented herself? So, if girls in schools presented themselves anything like Trixie at all, and then they happen to be nerds and, or sorry, and they happen to like, but y'all like happen to like, you know, anime, comics, and games, well, I mean, shit, can you blame the dudes for expecting you not to? I mean, shit. They didn't really have no kind of point of reference or any way to know. You didn't put it out on a sign that you like this kind of stuff. You didn't show up at gaming events. You didn't show up at the fucking new movie releases. And if you did, you probably was like fucking bagging on the dudes for being nerdy. Or you didn't say anything, which is, I mean, I wouldn't say just as bad, but to them it's just as bad, you know? Um, so yeah, they wouldn't know. They wouldn't have any idea. So I mean, let's be honest here. They have no way to know that. Like people say that Megan Thee Stallion, which I don't like Megan Thee Stallion by the way. She's a fucking asshead from what I've heard. But Megan Thee Stallion though, I recently found out that she likes anime and she likes games and all this kind of shit, which I think is just a PR thing. But let's just say it's the truth. I would assume somebody like her back in school that was never really shown at all. I doubt she ever talked about that shit publicly. I doubt it. You know what I'm saying? And if she did talk about it, she probably talked about that shit. She probably talked about that. She probably talked about that shit in online forums. You know what I'm saying? Or fucking on some online site where nobody knew who the fuck she was. You didn't know if it was a boy or a girl. They didn't fucking know. They didn't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so yeah. But then somebody like, again, Megan Thee Stallion would grow up and be like, oh, but, you know, nobody ever wanted to talk to a black nerd girl like me. Like, no, that wasn't the case. Just nobody fucking knew, you know? But that's what I assume, though. I don't know. I wasn't in these circles. Again, I went to online school all my life. I don't know what these circles are like. I have a completely different experience than a lot of people out there. So I can't say I relate because, you know, I'm fucking an alien. All right. In a sense to this, this is all alien to me. I had to learn about this shit by hearing through other people's experiences. So, anyways, let's continue.
My relationship to Donald Glover is so complicated. I'm inspired by
It's
him
so complicated.
in the sense that
Okay.
he is a black man that can do what that
Fucking
can
Bill
do
Cosby.
whatever he wants.
More people started to take different sides, with people either calling out his weird fetishization of other races of women, or people sticking up for him, citing that
I gotta talk about that fucking word for a second. Fetishization, fetishizing, whatever the fuck. Well, I know what a fetish is. I'm not stupid, but I'm saying like fetishization. Like I first found this fucking word out when I was dating this girl in Seattle, right? She was like, "Oh yeah, I used to date this white guy, and you fetishized me because I'm black. He fetishized me." Like, what? What? Wait. He fetishized you. What do you mean? And she basically just explained fetishizing somebody is like when you want them because they are that thing that you like and that you have a fetish for. Okay, I guess if the person's like if they dislike black people but they're still with you, I guess you could say yeah, it's weird for them, so it's fetishization, I guess. But it's like that word is stupid because whether it's a fetish or not, everyone fucks with somebody because they like something about them. So, and also, let's say I have a fetish for titties, right? Which wouldn't be a fetish because titties aren't an odd thing. Let's just say that was a fetish, right? I have a fetish for titties. Let's say that, right? If I only fucked with girls, or if I fuck with girls because I like them and I also like that they have titties, am I fetishizing them? Is that bad? Should I not be fetishizing them? Is that like what the fuck? I don't understand. Why is that a bad thing? Like people say that like it's such a you're fetishizing me. Like that's not bad. I want people to fetishize me. That would be flattering. Thank you. I want to be fetishized. Yes. I mean, fucking shit. It's basically just like saying I have a preference for you, even though other people consider that preference weird. And hey, I might even consider it weird to a certain extent, but I have to admit I fucking like it still. That's not bad! What the fuck? So, I don't know. Either I got the wrong definition of what fetishizing means, or the term just doesn't make no fucking sense, and people are just too fucking pussy to admit that it doesn't make sense and they just want to complain about some shit. I don't know! But hey, explain it to me in the comments if you want to. That's my 2 cents. Let's get back to the video.
to either avoid seeking out black women altogether,
Man, gotta use the same
seek out
5
black
clips.
women with this
Fuck.
I want you to ask yourself, what defines a black nerd?
Here's what defines a black nerd to me. Being socially awkward and what's the just being obsessed with something. Those two things. Those are two things that make you a nerd. You can be obsessed with anything, right? You could be obsessed with fucking basketball and be a nerd about it. You could be. Because there's a difference between the guy that fucking, likes basketball and, tunes into every game because, he enjoys watching it and has a favorite player. And the guy that has has a mural of LeBron James on his wall and gets his hair cut just like LeBron James and gets a beard just like LeBron, even though can't actually grow a beard. He gets one implanted on his face like LeBron, and he fucking he spouts LeBron mantras, and he tries to play basketball like LeBron, and he wears his clothes like LeBron, and he, everything he does is just basketball all the time, every day, and all he talks about, and but if anything else you talk to him about, he's just kind of fucking weird and strange and kooky. And again, don't got to be basketball. It can be anything. It's just it turns into an obsession. It's just weird. I guess I kind of made it more like LeBron James obsession, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that's kind of what makes a nerd to me, right? It's somebody who's obsessed with things and socially awkward. So that's what defines it to me.
No matter how stereotypical or personal, what you envisioned was valid. The reason for this is, well, there is no true way to define what a black nerd is.
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Words have meaning. Okay? Black and nerd is two words, right? Nerd has a meaning. There is a way to truly define what nerd means. If we're talking about dictionary definitions, if he's not talking about a dictionary definition, in which case, yeah, everybody has their own fucking view on it. But there is a way to define it because it is actually defined in a dictionary. Black is also defined in a dictionary as well. And, while black is actually a color, we also describe people who are of African descent as black. So, you know, I mean, and that shit might be in a dictionary as well. But nerd definitely 100 million% has a definition. So that what he just said is wrong. Even if he's working off, oh, we're not talking about dictionary definitions. We're talking about what's in people's minds. Even if you're talking about what's in people's minds, people all pretty much say around the same thing, pretty much. But let's hear what this let's continue.
One else that I have ever seen. On surface level, other than film and music, we didn't share too many geeky or
That's
nerdy
my
topics.
green ladder, getting some bitches,
Didn't make
nigga.
either one of us a bigger or lesser nerd than the other. We
I don't
were
know who the
just
fuck she
extremely
is. That's a
nerdy
hot ass
about
cartoon
different
character,
shit.
nigga.
We
Shit.
recognize that being a nerd
Hope
is
that
not
nigga
some
smashed.
brand valid
Ugh.
regardless of whatever
Nigga shot a hot
factors
girl
within
again.
the community they may have faced. And that's the part that so
Nope.
many dudes seem to have trouble coming to terms with. It's almost with me. I am not against interracial dating at all.
I beg your pardon. I beg your pardon.
I am.
Want that to be well, let's continue to dig and see how far we can get.
What the fuck?
As
This
nerds.
this the type of shit I'm talking
Let's
about.
Continue to dig and see how far we can get.
Peter, how are you doing that?
I don't know, Lois. I'm scared.
There's literally a fucking 30 seconds where nothing was just said, bro. This is wasting my time, bro.
I'm going down.
What the fuck? I know that's probably
We
an
are
editing thing, but still, come on.
anticlimactic light at the percent of Americans considering themselves below or average looking. The
Sure, that number's going way up. A lot of people have inflated egos nowadays. Social media is the cause. Anyways, continue.
vast majority of the title of this last section, You're Gonna Carry That Weight. It's a reference to the 1998 anime Cowboy Bebop, a series with a recurring theme of the main characters being haunted by their ugly and traumatic past, with two of the main characters being unable to move on from the women of their pasts. As the series progresses, the main cast grows.
Alright, fucking that is over. Alright, Pillboy. Let's talk about your video. You got your points across. You said what you needed to say. I don't agree with everything you said. I think the way I edited the video should have, show at least most of my points of contention. But I will say this. Listen, I just want to say to all the people out there who identify as black nerds or people who also say that, they want to stop being rejected by women or they want to just stop being a social outcast and all that kind of stuff and they want to improve and be better and all this kind of stuff. I am not a nerd. I don't identify as a nerd. Somebody can call me that, but in the way that he described in this video what a nerd is, I don't fucking identify that at all. I don't identify with that at all. I identify with the Neptune's definition of nerd for me. For other people, your definition of nerd is more probably closer to what he's thinking. Despite me wearing the Goku shirt, which liking something, even if you fucking like it a whole lot, does not make you a nerd. Even if you're kind of obsessed with it, it doesn't make you a nerd because you like it, no matter what it is. In life, this is my advice to everybody, be a confident person. Try to be as confident as you can. And the best way to be confident is just to like what you like and do what you want to do. Don't let nobody, anyone, tell you what to do unless you want to do it. If you like dinosaurs, like dinosaurs. I don't care if you get beat up for it. I don't care if you get yelled at for it. In fact, if you get beat up for it, fight back. In fact, if you get yelled at for it, yell back. Yell how much you love it. And say, fuck those people. Alright? Don't let nobody decide what makes you happy. Alright? You decide what makes you happy. This is your life. Okay, you only get, as far as we know, you only get one life. So don't let nobody dictate what you're gonna do with your life. All right. Uh, Another thing, you got to really pay attention to who you're getting advice from. People will give you advice that is soft, that will keep you in the same spiral because they're not actually breaking through with you. That's why when I give advice, I'm not sugarcoating shit. I'm going to tell you the real, and I'm going to tell you it full force. I'm not going to sweeten it up for you. Listen, if you stink, I'm going to tell you fucking stink. You need to take a shower, and you need to fucking wash because nobody wants to be next to a person that stinks. If you like stinking, great, but that's the result you're going to get from it. Nobody's going to want to be around you. There might be somebody, but I wouldn't expect to have nobody. Don't expect to have people around you. You know, don't be like, why is nobody around me? You stink. I told you already. So, but how I feel Pillboy, people like Pillboy would explain it to people, would be like, well, you kind of stink a little, maybe you should consider cleaning yourself. And in a minute, like, no, don't fucking do that soft ass shit. Tell them they stink. In fact, if that's the worst part about them, really drive into that shit. Drive into it. If they ask for your advice and for your help, you got to drive into it. That's what I believe. And this may sound a little fucked up, and I am a humanitarian. So this may sound crazy to hear for people that might say, oh, you're a humanitarian, but you're saying this. I know, but I believe that if a person is not strong enough to I hate this, and it's really fucked up, but it's a doggy dog world out there. If you're not strong enough to run with the dogs, then you're just gonna have to be fucking prey. You're gonna have to be fucking, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna have to be the little dog. If you can't be a big dog, you have to be a little dog or be dead. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. I don't want you to have to be dead or be something you don't want to be, but at the end of the day, you got to fucking get some balls. You got to get some fucking some heart. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're a lady, you got to get some heart, whatever the fuck you want to call it, some gusto, whatever the fuck, you got to get it so that way you can, if you want to be with the big dogs or run with the dogs and not get fucked over and not get treated like shit and not have to fucking feel like you're getting peer pressured in everything you do, then you're going to have to fucking nut up. You're going to have to fucking buck up. You're going to have to fucking, you know what I'm saying? If you got that in you, and if you don't, then you're gonna have to try to find some help. Try to find another way to do it. Not everybody's got the same way of doing shit. That's how I would do shit. That's how I would handle it. Now, I'm not saying my way is the only way though. I'm not saying people like Pillboy or even Pillboy's advice won't help you. It could help you. Maybe that is the advice. Maybe his advice will be the advice that'll help you. Maybe somebody else's advice will be the one that will help you. Maybe my advice won't be. So I'm not saying I'm the end all be all or I'm a god. I'm not gonna sit here and act like that, but I think that advice is not gonna help. That's what I personally believe, but it could help you. It could. I don't believe it would, but it could. So that's just my opinion, though. Again, though, it just you got to know what you want from life, and I can't. It's hard to give one size fits all advice. You can't really. It's hard to do that because not everybody has the same goals. You might say, everybody should want to be able to want to exercise and make their body look better and have a nice face and not have blemishes on their face and shit. Everybody should want that. Everybody should want nice teeth that are straight and not crooked and shit. But that's just not true. And main example is me. I don't care if my teeth are crooked. Actually, I was told I should have braces and I actually turned them down. I could have got them for free. I turned them down. I don't care about having crooked teeth. And I mean, as long as nothing severe is happening to me, but also I don't care about having perfect features on my face, you know. So I mean, not everybody wants the same thing. So that's why when I give advice, I'm saying for people that want a specific type of thing. If you want to, be, let's just say for an example, you want to be like a jock, the stereotypical jock where everybody likes you and everybody wants to hang out around you and you got all the girls and shit. If you want that, I can give you advice for that. I can tell you how to get that. This is, in my opinion, this is how you get to become a jock. You ready? You ready for this? Be confident. Learn confidence, right? Work out, work out for a solid, I'm gonna say 2 years, and you actually go to the gym 3 days, at least 3 days out of the week, and you not in there talking 3 days out of the week, at least 3 days out of the week for an hour, and you not in there yapping, and you eating a good amount of food, at least I would say, I mean, it depends on your body weight. You have to look at how much you got to eat for your body weight. You know what I'm saying? I can't give, because some people might need 2,000, other people might need 5,000 calories. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but just go to the gym, eat right for at least 3 years, and at least an hour a day for 3 days out of the week, and I'm telling you, you're gonna get an amazing physique. If you don't have no disabilities or something else holding you back, you will get an amazing physique. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get an amazing physique. And so, yeah, like have that confidence, had an amazing physique. Then, while you're in the midst of working out, develop hobbies. Find something you like besides anime and video games. Those are cool. I'm not saying you can't like them. I'm just saying find other things besides those things, right? So maybe like learn how to play a guitar or an instrument, any instrument, you know, or fucking learn how to skate or fucking do gymnastics or whatever the fuck, dance, something. Find some kind of hobby, something you like, and actually do it. Really do it. Have passion for it, right? And then the fourth thing you gotta do, right? If you live in America, have money. Not a lot of money. I'm not saying you gotta have $1 million, but make at least enough to be able to afford your own food and buy nice clothes every other month. Okay, I'm not even saying you got to be rich, and at least have a roof over your head. It doesn't matter if you live with your parents or with a roommate. Nobody cares as long as you got a roof over your head. And when you in the room with somebody, they're not gonna bust in on you and be like, "Hey, go fucking take out the trash," or "Hey, clean up your room." If they don't do that to you, then you know what? Where you're at is good enough, especially in this economy. And if nobody understands that shit, fuck them. And that's a part of confidence, which is number one, to be able to say fuck somebody, like fuck you, I don't care. So those four things, if you do those four things, you will be that what you have in your mind as a jock, as a stereotypical jock, you will be that. You be a cool ass nigga. Or, and that advice, should it apply to women? I mean, I guess you could follow it as a woman. I don't know. I mean, but I mean, anyways, yeah, you be cool as fuck. But again, that's for people wanting to get that in their lives. That's for people that want to get that. Not that's not that advice is not going to fit for everybody, all right? It's not going to fit for everyone. Don't act like it will. If you don't want that, you have to know what you want. Be decisive and figure out what you want in life. Figure out what you want and then try to get it. That is life. Fight for what you want. Fight for what you want to do. That is what life is. If you don't have any fight, then you don't need to be alive. I'm sorry. If you don't have any fight, then what is the fucking point of being alive? What's the fucking point? If you have no fight, what is the point? I'm not here to fucking say anything to you to make you depressed or tell you to do anything to yourself. You shouldn't. But again, as a humanitarian, I care about people. I love people. But don't fucking sit here and tell me you don't fight for nothing. Because if you don't fight for nothing, what's the point of being alive? What is the point of being alive? If you love, again, I'm going to go back to the dinosaur point. If he loves dinosaurs, you love dinosaurs so much, you don't want to fight for something you love. You don't want to be like, fuck you, I love dinosaurs. Or you don't want to just walk away. That's still fighting too. There's many different ways of fighting besides just physical fighting. By the way, if you didn't know that, there's more ways of fighting than just actually fighting with your fist. You can fight with your mind. You can fight with the way you present things, the way you handle things. If somebody's telling me fuck you and I just say nothing and I walk off, I just disrespected him because I didn't even acknowledge him. Not even a fucking glint in my fucking face. You know what I'm saying? The Amish, they fight us by rejecting everything we're about. Everything. And they don't even fight. You say, oh, they're pussy. They're not pussy. They're not saying they can't beat you. They don't even want to do it. You're not even worth it. You're not even fucking worth it. And that's because they fucking fight for what they believe in. They believe in it. And I respect that. I respect people who fight for what they believe in. This is why, again, I say I fucking love people, because I know a lot of people do have fight. And they may not be where they want to be, but they're fighting to get there. People are fighting to get to those places. So when I hear people say all this self-defeat is bullshit, I just tell you, man, you just gotta believe. You have to believe. You have to believe. Like Naruto says,
Believe it! Believe it! Believe it!
you gotta believe it. It's a real fucking thing. I'm gonna end this with Shia LaBeouf's speech. That's what I'm ending this with. His actual speech that Shia LaBeouf said, I'm gonna put that here at the end. Because that was not just a meme. That was actually him really telling people something that was really useful advice. That I don't think people actually listen to. And they still probably won't. But hopefully, the right person hears it. And this right person hears it. Hopefully it sparks something within them to better themselves in whatever way they want to be better. You know? But yeah. Hey, the video sparks a conversation, so at the very least, Pillboy, I give you that. You made a video that started a conversation, and I appreciate you for that. But I don't agree with you. In a lot of points, I don't agree with you. And then, hey, if you like this, please like, comment. Okay, I love comments more than I like subscriptions. Like, comment, and then if you want to, subscribe. And follow me. Go to that link I always put in the bio, in the fucking description of all my videos. Go to that link and you'll see more stuff from me on different social media platforms, which I can't post here on YouTube because YouTube is restrictive in a lot of ways. So anyways, though, I'm done. I'm out. Peace.
Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it! If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.